Hi, welcome to Diamonds and Crochet. My name is Erica. Today I'm going to be working on Onahime by Margaret Morales from Diamond Art Club. I'm going to be using my go-to favorite pen. It's by Stylos Decabois. It's a French small shop on Etsy. In the multi-placer, I am using Scented Putty from It's So Rachel and the scent Gingerbread. I'm enjoying this scent for this time of year. And in my single placer, I'm using Oh Snap Dots by Oh Snap Crafters Cafe. And both It's So Rachel and Oh Snap Crafters Cafe are small shops on Etsy. And I'm also using my go-to favorite tray at the moment from Yellow Dog Designs, another small shop on Etsy. And also, just to give a shout out to Zodiac Shadows, I'm using their funnel because I am using the Tic Tac containers for this kit. And literally the only way I can use these without losing my mind is with a funnel. So wanted to give Zodiac Shadows a shout out for that, even though you might not actually see the funnel in my video. I wanted to give them a shout out. All right, I did already kind of start this section. I think the last time I talked about this kit, I was saying I made it to a section that was pretty much all AB, and I hit a wall. I'm not the biggest fan of placing ABs. I love ABs. They look amazing. They're one of my favorite special drills, but I'm not the biggest fan of placing them. So when I hit a section that was pretty much solid ABs, I did kind of hit a wall, put it down for a moment, and focus very heavily on Halloween Cat, my other kit that I'm really focusing hard on at the moment. But I did it. One day, you guys, I decided I wanted to do it, get it over with so I can finish working on this kit, and I did, and I succeeded, and I've gone past it multiple sections at this point, so I am getting a second wind, if you will. Motivating. Sorry, I'm taking off my glasses. I tend to diamond paint without my glasses on. Yeah, getting a second wind on this kit. I'm nearing the end, or I'm seeing the end on it, so it's motivating me to keep going, I think. But fall is officially here in New England. The trees are already starting to turn color. I have a client whose house overlooks a lake. I think I mentioned this. I might not have, but I think I mentioned her house overlooks a lake, and in the summer you can't see it. And I've been kind of enjoying looking out there and watching the trees turn a little bit red, and now the yellows are starting to turn, and you're starting to see a little bit of the lake. Because in the winter time, you can totally see the lake. When all the leaves have fallen off the trees, the lake comes into full view, and there's a little island that you can see from her house, and people like to go ice fishing around that island. And so in the winter time, we like to sit there and watch the people ice fish. So yeah, I'm giving her the updates on the trees, what colors there are, what colors are starting to show, that kind of a thing. I have not, I think I mentioned I wanted to go see Beetlejuice. I have not seen Beetlejuice yet. I have off Thursday this week, so I'm thinking of going to see Beetlejuice. If I don't see it on Thursday, I also have Tuesday off the following week, so I might see it Tuesday. Depends on when I can get someone to go with me. I've got multiple people that I can ask. Multiple people are showing interest in going with me, so it's just a matter of finding the right person. Because I do want to see that. I loved Beetlejuice as a kid. I liked a lot of the weird movies as a kid. I'll fully admit that. I loved creature feature movies. I loved movies with FX makeup. I was the kid who watched The Wizard of Oz and looked at the Scarecrow and tried to figure out how they made the makeup go from like the FX bag to his skin to his face. Like I was the kid who tried to figure that out. So yeah, because I always knew that it wasn't real. I was also one of those kids. Like I wasn't confused about that. I always knew that that wasn't real. I just realized I put that one away too soon, you guys. I need to grab the 7. I've definitely learned that when I do this, I miss more stuff than when I'm not. When I'm doing a whip and chat, I definitely miss more things than when I'm not. I'm still practicing and getting used to talking while diamond painting. I think I'm getting better though. Let's see. I've been focusing pretty heavily on Onahime and Halloween Cat. I've already kind of decided Nightclaw, the Wondrous Keeper by the one with the diamond art. I'm gonna focus on Halloween Cat, get that one done, and then work on that one. I think for now I'm just gonna do 2 at a time, and I'm okay with that. So I really want to focus on Halloween Cat because that's my drills and chills, and I want to make sure that I can get that done by Halloween. I don't want to get close to Halloween and feel the pressure to get it done. I want to enjoy working on it. I think that's one of the reasons why I haven't done a community event with diamond painting, is because I'm always afraid that I'm not going to enjoy the kit that I'm working on for the event. But I've noticed if I'm only working on 2, I'm able to still enjoy the kits. Like I'm not feeling the pressure of time. Because I am a slow diamond painter. It's not my only craft, so there are days where I don't diamond paint at all. There are days where I focus very heavily on crochet. There are sometimes weeks where I focus very heavily on crochet, so there are weeks where I don't get much diamond painting done at all. So I don't want to feel the time crunch. So for now, I'm just doing my Drills and Chills kit and Onahime. And I'm not feeling the pressure. So I feel like for now, 2 kits is great for me. And that's what I'm going to do. At least until Drills and Chills is over. And it's a very cute kit. I'm loving how it's working up. I didn't do a weekly WIP update last week. I mentioned in my previous WIP and Chat that I thought I probably wouldn't. That's because I didn't really have much to show you guys. I spent the previous week very heavily working on crochet because I went to a yard sale. I didn't end up selling anything at it, but I think that's probably because the stuff I had was more craft fair appropriate, less yard sale appropriate. I had people come over and look, but they didn't want to pay the prices for it, which I understand, but I didn't want to give away my handmade goods either, so. But I need to get a little bit more if I want to do a craft fair, because I don't have enough for a craft fair. I think I mentioned at the yard sale I was sharing a table with my boyfriend and his daughter, so I had enough for that, but I don't have enough for an entire table at a craft fair. So I think I'm gonna have to bulk out my inventory and do a craft fair next year, and I'm actually really interested in doing that. So I think it'll be fun. And I think I have a friend or two who will be willing to go with me and help me man it, or at the very least sit with me and keep me company. Because I don't know if I'd want to do it all by myself. It's a long day if you're by yourself. But I'm trying to convince my boyfriend to let me use some of his artwork for mugs. I would, of course, give him some of the profit if any of them sell, because it's his artwork. But he's a painter, and some of his artwork I can see being put on mugs. Like, he let me use one for a custom diamond painting from Jaded Gem Shop that hasn't arrived yet. I ordered it kind of early because my boyfriend's birthday month is January, so I wanted to start that in January. I'm still waiting on it to arrive. And when it does, so I think I've mentioned before, with that kit, I'm not going to do a standalone reveal video or a standalone like WIP and Chat video on it. That kit, I'm going to do an unboxing, updates as I go, and then a post review all in one video. That's my plan anyways. Because that kit's going to be special. It's a custom. It's my boyfriend's artwork. It's one that means a lot to him. When I asked him if he'd let me turn one of his paintings into a diamond painting, and he said yes, and I asked him, and then I said, okay, you just gotta pick which one you want me to use, and he immediately got up and got that one for me. Like, without hesitation, he knew that was the one he wanted me to use. So it means a lot to him. And I will go in that when I do that video. But anyways, I think that's on my mind because I'm excited for it to come. And it should be coming within the next few weeks. So I ordered it a little while ago. So it's been multiple weeks anyways. But I love Jaded Gem Shop quality. So I know it's going to work out beautifully. And I think I'm just really excited to get it. And I'm also really excited to show him. I might ask him if I can include him in the unboxing for that. I know he's going to be very stoic because he is. His excitement about it won't necessarily come through. But I know that he is excited about it. I bugged him about going apple picking this weekend, and so we're going to go apple picking. I've gotten the itch to bake, you guys, and Cortland apples are in season right now here, and that's my favorite baking apple. He prefers to go apple picking in October because that's when his favorite munching apples are in season, so we sometimes go in October. And I told him, why can't we go both times? I love apple picking. I can go to multiple apple orchards and pick multiple times in a season. I don't think he's ever done that, so I don't think that concept really registered, but he asked his daughter if she wanted to go, and she said yes, so we're going to go apple picking, so I'm excited. I'll tell you guys about that next week. It's WIP and Chat because we haven't gone yet. I know these go up on Sunday, but I record them Saturday morning. I did some, and I didn't make any video on it or anything. I can't remember the name of the shop because I didn't do any video on it or anything like that, but I did some little stickers. The bags don't have the company. It's a DIY diamond shop, I believe. I'll put the name underneath if I got that wrong in text. I'll put that down underneath. But I believe it's Diamond Shop, but diamond spelled DIY diamond. They sell little sticker kits that are super cute. I did a donut cat and a cinnamon roll cat, and I gifted them to my nieces. I went to their house yesterday for supper. It was so nice. Their mom and I kind of sat and just vented to each other for a solid hour. I am so truly blessed that my brother married his wife. He did a good job. I love my sister-in-law, I guess is what I'm trying to say. She and I get on great. She's a good friend and a great support. She has been helping Grandma, who has been having a lot of doctor's appointments, and Grandpa, we love Grandpa, but he gets very confused It takes him a long time to process things. You sometimes have to explain something to him, I'm not kidding, 5 to 10 times, a little bit differently each time. And in the past, I've said that, and people would kind of act like I was being over dramatic or whatnot. And, you know, it was just funny listening to her say that's her experience with him. And I just said, thank you so much. Like, I'm sorry that, you're experiencing it too. Like, because I love my grandpa very much. And he is a good grandpa. My whole life, if I ever called him in an emergency, without question, he would be there. Like, he's a good man. I want to say that. But he does view women differently than men. And he doesn't always listen to women as easily as he does a man. And so sometimes it's harder as a woman to get him to understand. And so, it's just, I was feeling validated, because in the past, people always kind of treated me like I was overreacting. And so, like, I was like, and she got it. She understood, because she and my brother, because they used to live in a different state that was 8 hours away drive, were some of the ones that were like, he's not that bad. He's not that bad. And now they're realizing that, in fact, he is that bad. And so, I don't know, it just felt kind of validating a little bit. And she understood. She understood what I meant. Like, but basically, Grandma had an appointment that Grandpa was going to take her to, and they had to get there a little bit early for some prep, and Grandpa brought her there at the time she was supposed to be going in, like really late, in other words. And my sister-in-law went over it with him for a half an hour to make sure that he understood that she had to be there early, and she thought he had it, but he didn't. And so that was an event. They were still able to get Grandma in. They were still able to do it, but Grandma was unable to do the prep work she needed. So there were some questions as to whether it would work properly or if she would have to redo it at some point. So we're waiting for the results of that test to determine if she has to redo it or whatnot. My sister-in-law usually always takes her to these things, but she's really busy with work right now. So if it's something that's just like a, information's not given, just like a test, and the information will be discussed later, that kind of a thing, there's no reason why Grandpa can't take her. As long as he gets her there on time, basically. But oops, I just smacked the phone. He is a good grandpa and a good man. It's really sad for me to see him get the confusion that he's getting, and the anxiety that he gets around it all too, because he does have real bad anxiety. He always has. He'll never get diagnosed with anything. He'll never seek treatment for it, but we all pretty much assume that he has undiagnosed OCD disorder, which is not a cleanliness disorder. Like people who are really clean and neat and organized and they say, oh, I have OCD, that's not OCD. OCD, like real OCD, is an anxiety disorder. And we all pretty much agree that Grandpa probably has that. He's very controlling. Things have to be done his way or they're wrong. He'll go behind you if he thinks it's not done. If it's not done the way he likes it, even if the result is the same, it wasn't done the way he wanted it done, or he needs it done, I should say. So he'll go behind you and he'll redo it the way he needs it to be done. Or he can't. He can't. Like it'll give him great anxiety. So, but again, he'll never be diagnosed. He'll never seek treatment. He'll never seek a diagnosis for that. But it's getting worse as he's getting older, as he's gaining more confusion and stuff like that. It's getting worse. So, and it's very common when you get more and more confused, you get more and more agitated, and it makes him angry because and that's very normal. So I work in hospice and home health, and as confusion happens, agitation does go along with it, because people know they're confused but they don't really understand why. That kind of a thing. But yeah, he's a good man. He's a good grandpa. We're watching him. We're keeping an eye on him. Trying to have my brother do the most of the detailed explaining. That doesn't mean he's going to get it, but he does better with my brother. And even my brother's wife is starting to say, like, that's a my brother thing. That's my brother's got to handle that. So, yeah. That's the grandparent update for the week. I am really enjoying the fall weather here. The nights are really cold, so we'll wake up and we'll need to put on the sweats, and then by afternoon it's 80 degrees. That's just the time of year here. I woke up the other day and there was almost a frost on my car. It won't be long and there will be a frost on my car in the morning. I am a sweater lover. I make them. So yeah, I definitely love sweaters. I'm the type of person, I'll go to a store and I'll look at sweaters and I'll say, I could make that. I have a hard time buying a sweater because I know I can make them. So if I buy a sweater, it's got to be a really impressive one for me. Like, it's got to have something about it that I really am interested in. But I love sweater weather. So I'm really excited that it's getting to be that time of year. And I'm definitely feeling all of the fall vibes. Like I said, I want to go to the apple orchard so I can buy myself some apples to start baking. I have multiple people in my life who would love to help me eat some apple pie, apple crisp, apple brownies. We have a cinnamon blondie brownie recipe that has apples in it. That's really good. It's actually one of my favorites. Do you guys love to bake? Do you guys get into the baking mood this time of year? I know my boyfriend likes to cook. Usually when we're together, he does all the cooking. In part because when his daughter's around, she'll only eat what he cooks. I don't think she'd eat it if I cooked it, to be honest. She's picky on another level. I don't shame her for it. I don't, like, if she tells me she doesn't like something, the first thing I say is, that's okay. If she likes something, especially if it's something I don't like, I tell her that's great. Like, like I don't want her to think either way. Liking or disliking is wrong. 'Cause I want her, where she's so picky, and I haven't had this like, this is things I do on my own without talking to him about it, but I don't want her to have a weird relationship with food, so whatever she thinks about it, it's okay. I don't want to make either thing be wrong or weird. She doesn't have any issue with food. She's just really picky. But I don't want it to develop into something, and that's just me being aware that there are girls in my life who have developed weird connections to food. Not my nieces. Just I've known girls in my life who have, it started out as being picky and then it kind of turned into something else, and I don't want that for her. So I'm just kind of on my own, telling her, however she feels, that's great. That's okay. You don't have to like something you don't like, and if she likes something that I don't like, that's great. I want you to like whatever you like. That kind of a thing. Just, it all be positive. And if it's something she doesn't like and she's, helping prep it, that's great too. Because interaction with food is a positive thing. Like, that does make me think of my youngest niece. Out of my two nieces, she's the most picky. But she loves to help her mom prep and make things, and she'll do, and she's very involved even if it's stuff she doesn't like. And the first step with picky eaters to get them to try new things is just to get them to be comfortable around it. So anyways, I'll stop. Sometimes I feel like I get on here and I just start ranting about something, but anyways, I don't know if she'll eat my apple brownies, but I would really love to bake with her. My boyfriend's daughter, I mean. I don't know if that's where my little tangent was going with that, but I know I've been thinking about that. She won't eat what I cook. Oh, now I know where I was going with that. Sorry, I went on a little side tangent and lost track of my thoughts. My boyfriend cooks. when we're together. Part of it's because his daughter's picky, but the other part is he's pickier than I am. I'm not really a picky eater. There are a handful of things I don't like, but it's just a handful. And a lot of the stuff that aren't my favorite, like I can still eat. So it's easier if he does the cooking, because then we both know he'll eat it. And I hate it when I spend, you know, half hour to an hour cooking something just to be told I don't like it. So it's easier if he cooks, but he doesn't like baking and I love baking, so that works for us. He cooks, I bake. And I want to bake some apple brownies. I know he won't eat the apple brownies because they have cinnamon in them and he doesn't like cinnamon, but cinnamon is one of my favorites. So he doesn't like gingerbread, which my brain just doesn't compute. Gingerbread's my absolute favorite. It's like, how can you not like that? But I'm not a big peanut butter lover, and I don't think he understands that one, because chocolate peanut butter is his favorite combination. Like he won't eat chocolate, just chocolate. Which again, my brain doesn't compute because I love chocolate. He has to have it with peanut butter. And I can't do that. I know that in America, where I'm from, chocolate and peanut butter is like the most popular flavor combination. But for me, the peanut butter just takes away from the chocolate. And I love chocolate. I like peanut butter on its own, like peanut butter and jelly, peanut butter on toast. I love peanut butter and banana. That's a very popular flavor combination in my area. But it takes away from my chocolate. So I don't like that. I don't like peanut butter. I don't like anything that's gonna compete with my chocolate. So I think that's why I don't like peanut butter and chocolate. I just want chocolate. Just give me chocolate. But so I'm from an area, we make whoopie pies, which are two little chocolate cake cookies with a traditionally vanilla, like cream type frosting in between, in case you don't know what a whoopie pie is. They're really good. He loves those. I made a white cake for his grandfather's birthday with a white icing, white chocolate frosting, and raspberry filling. And he liked that too. So he hasn't come right out and said that I'm a good baker, but I can tell. I don't know how I think I've mentioned before, he's not someone to come right out and compliment. Sorry, I'm looking at that and figuring out what I did there. Oh, we lost power for a second. And my air conditioner just came on. I'm thinking that'll go off in a moment. I'm also realizing we're getting close to 45 minutes, and it doesn't feel like I've been talking for that long. I am enjoying doing these whip and chats, you guys. I am realizing that they are becoming rambling whip and chats. I just moved my table, so if things look different, I apologize. I don't think my air conditioner is going to turn itself off anytime soon, and I just realized that we're getting pretty close to 45 minutes, so I figured that was a sign that it's time to end it. I thank you all for stopping by today. I appreciate you. I hope you have a wonderful week. Bye.